りがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
はい、かわいい。
3年目とか。
secrets we tell each other, they come out one at a time as they fall on deaf ears at quiet times alone, while we rehearse them in the mirror, waiting for the time to be right. When we know the strength inside will match the strength we show, but it's hard enough to face the face who's always staring back. But there's nothing to be ashamed of. We're just being what we're made of, and it comes out in the quiet, between the times we speak, between the times we think we know we're right, between the times we constantly checking if what we're about to say is really what it's worth. Is it our 2 cents or is it nonsense? All these things that we've unearthed, but they've come from inside us, and we can no longer hide this. It's bursting at our seams, 'cause our dreams, they confide in us. There's nothing to be ashamed of. We're just being what we're made of, and it comes out in the quiet, between the times we speak, between the times we think we know we're right, between the times
おはようございます。テスト当日になりました。今日は午前中に2種の選択式の問題を受けて、午後から1種の選択式と記述を、受ける予定なので、今日のテストが終わったら、もう今日の夜からもう美味しいご飯を食べて、自分にたくさんご褒美をあげて、自分のことをいたわってあげたいなと思います。ではでは、頑張っていきます。わー